Hi, how you doing? Ah.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am going to talk about my brows because, as you might know, I microbladed them a couple of weeks or months even back, and I had a lot of questions about it, especially the pain level, what does it feel like, aftercare, and things like that. So we're gonna go into that right now. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about Irene that I went to. I actually knew her a little bit before this, so I know that she is very proud of her work, and everything she does is like full on, and I felt like she was someone that I could trust with my brows, because believe me, this was not an easy decision. My brows are, for most people, I guess, they're everything. It's like when you go somewhere and then just pluck your eyebrows and fill them in with just color, it can turn out like you look like someone total different, and you just don't feel like yourself, and it's a total disaster, and it affects your whole life basically. So brows are obviously something that's very important for your appearance. Just choosing someone with a sense of shape and color and feeling, because it's not only the cutting part and the hygiene, we're going to talk about that as well, but I feel like you need to find someone with a good sense of shape, and someone that doesn't do, like, if you find someone that likes wide, like these really wide eyebrows that are really hot right now, they look awesome, but on some people they can look like crap, and some people they look fantastic. So you want to find a brow artist that will take your face shape into consideration. So it's not like, I'm gonna do my thing and I don't care about your face. It has to match, with your features, and of course with your personality as well. She's actually not been doing this for that long, but she's been working as a singer-songwriter. She's a photographer. She's working with editorial stuff. So I know that she has a sense of shape. So that was, I think, the most important thing for me. Also, she's very careful with the products, and when it comes to hygiene, it's spot on. I mean, I can't even take my shoes into her room where we're doing the brows. So there's so many rules and regulations, and it depends on your country and where you live in your area. So you kind of need to check that out first also, and make sure that they follow these regulations, because it is super important. I mean, you're doing a tattoo in your face, so hygiene is everything. So the first thing you need to do, find a brow artist that you feel has the same mind on shapes, and that you like her or his stroke technique. Like, some people do crossed or whatever, and some do endings like a little bit thicker. I like the endings really thin, so that was something that was really important to me. So you kind of have the same preference ish when it comes to brows. So make sure that you find someone that you connect with on like a shape level. After that, schedule an appointment, and you need to schedule 2 appointments, because first you do the outlines kind of and fill them in, but the lines are going to be quite, far apart. So for the second one, you fill those little gaps in, and also some other, you know, some parts of the brows are probably gonna fall off a little bit, so you need to get that filled in. So it's always at least two appointments. So when it comes to like the whole procedure, first of all, they take out these kind of 5,000 different measurement stuff, and they measure your brows, so make sure that it's even, that you're in the middle, and the right one is not up in the ceiling, the left one is down in by your mouth, stuff like that. You just make sure that you have even shape going on. She actually draw them out with like a brow pencil, and they look pretty big right after you've draw them out. I'm actually gonna show you a picture of that right now so you can see. Hard to tell how it's gonna turn out when you only see it with a brow pencil. So that's also a thing. Like you need to feel secure with your brow artist that, you know, she knows what she's doing and she knows what you want, because, you know, when you look at it with the brow pencil, it can look pretty crazy. And then she starts to do these little cuts. I'm gonna insert a picture of the blade right here. So if you're scared of needles, you don't have to be scared of this procedure, because it's not really a needle. It's like 12 or something needles put together, like actually like this, like a little rounded thing, and that's what's called the blade. And she dips the blade into color and then do the cuts. And so it's like one straw at a time, which is, I mean, that is pretty cool. You can have this numbing cream on top from the start if you like that. If you are scared of pain, after the cream is applied, or gel, you don't feel anything. I mean, it's 100% pain-free. But the thing is that when you have this gel on, you don't get these super fine lines. Well, you get a nice result, but if you go to, like, for example, Irini, which is like a perfectionist like me, you want to make sure that it's perfection from start to finish. I decided that I didn't want to have the cream on for the outlines, and then we did the cream when we filled them in. When it comes to pain level, as you can see, I mean, I have a sleeve. I've done a lot of tattooing on both of my arms. I've even done this motherfucking part right here, which is my elbow. So, I mean, doing the brows was kind of nothing, but I'm not gonna lie, of course, I mean, it hurts, but it's not torture at all. I would say if you want to do your brows, but if you're scared of the pain level, just drop that, because, I mean, it's pain for a couple of minutes, and then you do the cream, and then you don't feel anything. You can even do like the cream from the start if you're really, really, really scared of the pain level, so don't even worry about that. I tried kind of like in my head, form like in words what it felt like. I mean, she's cutting your skin, but it's because of the, you know, it's a lot of needles. They go like bloop, 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 like that. So you get this kind of weird sound, which sounds like for every stroke. So it doesn't feel like she's cutting you with something sharp with a knife. I would kind of say it's like when you pluck your eyebrows and you get that one little brow or straw hair thing that hurts like freaking hell, and it's like that long amount of pain, like that. But with this, it's like big. So That is probably the closest I can tell you when it comes to like what it feels like. I think that one of the annoying parts of it is that, you know, you have a lot of nerves connected to your face. So the weird thing is that you actually start sneezing. Nose.
Sneeze.
Sneeze. So that could be a little bit annoying. And also you, your your eyes start to tear up. It wasn't really that bad for me, but it told me like sometimes she just had to tilt the head and then she puts, you know, like a pad underneath and stuff just falls out and then they can continue. So it's not like you're crying from pain, but you know, nerves and whatever, it makes you cry and sneeze, I guess. One thing that was a little bit tough for me, well, not tough for me, it was tough for Irini, who struggled a lot with my brows, is that I have really sensitive skin. So apparently I didn't know it. Well, I know that I have sensitive skin, but I didn't know that I was a total bleeder in my face. Apparently when I do my tattoos, I don't bleed that much. I'm like a normal bleeder. But when it comes to my face, I bleed like, it's like the elevator scene from Shining. Well, not really, but you get my point. So it's not like I'm bleeding all over my face, but it's like drops coming out and it doesn't really stop. So it was really hard for her to push in the pigment into the strokes. But she, you know, she has a couple of tricks. So she made it work as best as she could. But what we ended up with was that we did first part underneath and up here. So I had brows for the first appointment, but we didn't do this part up here. So they were quite thin. And I'm gonna show you a picture of it right now. So there you can kind of see like they're quite thin, still look awesome. So because of my bleeding, basically we had to stop. And that's also one thing that I feel like it really is a professional, because I bet that a lot of brow artists would have just pushed it. You know, she was really like, no, your skin, it doesn't want to be messed with anymore. So we're just gonna stop, let it heal, and then we're gonna come back and do the rest, which I was perfectly fine with. It looked awesome when I had no makeup on. When I filled them in, I just filled in this upper part right here. It was never a problem. And after that, at the end of the treatment, she puts a lot of color over your eyebrows and you look like a cartoon or something.
Hi, how you doing?
And then it sits for a couple of minutes and then she wipes it off. And then you have to take care of it for the rest of the night or day until you fall asleep. So you have to boil water when you get home. Take like a little pad, dab it onto your brows because you want to prevent it from start scabbing right away. So you want to keep it like moist. So you take this pad with water. It shouldn't be like super hot, so it has to cool down a little bit. Then you pat it and then you take a little Q-tip with some Vaseline product and then you just place it over your eyebrows. And I actually have a video on that when I do it in my previous vlog, so you can check that out if you want to see what it looks like. Then you have to do this for once every hour until you fall asleep that particular day. Then for the next 7 to 10 days, you don't have to do the water thing, but you just take the Q-tip and the Vaseline and you apply it on your eyebrows every morning and every evening. It's very important that you don't get water on the brows for the following, maybe like, I would say like a week, but obviously you need to shower. So then you just take a really thick layer of this Vaseline so it covers the entire brow, and then you can shower. Don't mess with it, basically. Try to not sleep on your face and make sure that you stay away from water. After maybe like 5 or something days, you will start getting scabs and it will eventually start falling off. You're gonna kind of go through different levels of feelings when the brow starts to heal. So at first they look awesome, and after a while they get really, really dark, and you're like, okay, I didn't sign up for this. I trust Irene a lot, so I was never worried, but I know that a lot of people freak out when it starts to get really, really, really dark, but it's gonna fade. So I promise you that. After a while, you get these scabs. It's not like if you fall and hurt your knee or something and you get like these really gross scabs. It's not like that. It's like dry lines, kind of. And they kind of fall off when you take the Q-tip with the Vaseline, and so you can actually see on the Q-tip, it looks like the hair is coming off, but it's the scab. So it looks like a hair, but it's a scab. So it's not gross. However, for me, because I'm such a bleeder, blood actually pushes the pigment out of the skin. So my brows for the first, after the first treatment, they got kind of patchy. So I looked a little bit funny the first week or something. But after a while, you know, some parts are darker, some parts are lighter, but eventually it kind of levels out, so you get a nice even color. And then after maybe like 2 weeks, you can see that they really faded if you compare it to like the days after. I feel like you won't be able to see the final results for maybe like after 3 weeks. You can see like, oh, this is kind of what they're gonna look like. And after a month or something, it's time to do a refill. So you go back and you do the refill. That's when we did this upper part. You know, it's the first time for the upper part, so we need to do a refill on that. So for me, I'm gonna go 1 more time, so it's gonna be 3 times for me, but usually it's like 2. Some people feel like they don't even have to do the second one, but I would probably recommend it. Well, I'm not a pro, but you know, perfectionist. But that's where we're at right now. You can actually have this for up to like, I think it's around 3 years. I don't know if I'm lying if I say like 5, but 3 years. And then you do like refills every once in a while. I don't really know about that, but you're probably gonna, you know, you see when you get a little bit too light. Now I have makeup on, so they are extremely, you know, they're not extremely dark, but they are much darker now with the makeup than without makeup. We chose to do a really light color, so it's gonna match my face when I don't have any makeup on, because if I were to wear this color, like this dark, when I don't have any makeup on, I would look like a clown. It matches my hair and my, you know, normal colors. So I'm gonna show you that, and then you can also see the parts where we need to do the second refill, but it's the third, but it's the second, yeah, you get it. I'm just gonna remove my makeup and then you'll see. I'm gonna try to give you a close-up. Here you can see a little bit better. Up here is where the second part we did is up here. And as you can see, we kind of need to do another fill. Well, we need to do the second fill on that part. Other from that, okay, now they're starting to get a little bit long again, so I need to cut my own hair. But as you can see, I feel like it looks really natural. So yeah, you can see the part right here as well, where we need to fill it up a little bit. But I really love the color. I think it matches very well with, you know, my own colors, my hair. That's what it looks like. And I'm back with my makeup. Let me show you what it looks like in close up. So here I've actually I just took a small angled brush and filled them in with, this is actually an eyeshadow. It's extremely easy to fill them in for me when I already have the shape that I want. So before this, I used like a brow pencil and I drew them on. I had nothing. Like I have hair, but it's super light, so you can't really see anything, and the shape was going everywhere. So what I did, yeah, I took a pencil, like, and I drew it on, well, a brow pencil. So I feel like it's gonna be so nice, you know, next time I go on vacation and swimming, and you don't have to worry about your brows. I would say I couldn't be happier with the shape and everything. As I said, you know, my brows, and probably for most people, it's such an important part of my face and my personality and everything that goes around it. I'm super happy how Irene actually saw that and transformed it into my brows. So unfortunately, for most of you people, she lives in Sweden and she is booked like crazy right now. But if you live in Sweden, or if you want to take a road trip to Sweden, she's in Stockholm. And I'm gonna put the links down in the description box so you can find her. Also, you really should check her Instagram out. It's amazing. I mean, you can just sit there for hours checking her workout. It's really amazing. I'm just trying to figure out if there's something else that I think that you would like to know. Pain level when it comes to like healing process and afterwards. They were a little bit tender, maybe like the first day or something. Like if you touch it, it feels like you have like a big bruise on your brows. But other from that, you know, you don't feel anything. When they start to scab, it itches. I won't lie to you, it itches like a mofo. But it's a transition. Just hang in there and make sure that you do the aftercare. If you are scared of the pain, just drop it. It's not going to be a problem at all, I promise you. Hopefully I've answered most of your questions. If you want me to do another video on this, I can do it, but I feel like I kind of, you know, did most of it. I can do another video if you want to when I've done the third refill. I will put the links down below if you want to find Irene and check her workout. Please do, please. She is amazing. And thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like videos like this when I just sit down and talk, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.